guys, I'm Jess.
And I'm Lynn.
And this is Don't Burn the Cookies podcast. Today we are giving some advice that centers around romance and just the laws of attraction. And I'm really excited for this one. We have a few prompted questions that we're going to kind of follow through and just give our take on each one. We'll just read it out to y'all, give our takes, and go from there.
Okay. We have one that says, "Why don't men approach me? I dress well and a lot of people compliment my style. I always do my makeup and receive compliments from female strangers, but never men. What am I doing wrong?"
I don't think they're doing anything wrong per se.
And it could be their facial expressions sometimes.
Yes. It
I
could
have that
very
issue.
much so be that. I know I have that issue.
Yeah.
Like really bad resting bitch face. It's not so much resting bitch face, it's just my eyebrows just look very aggressive.
Yeah.
And even my son has my eyebrows, so he'll look very aggressive
Mm-hmm.
just because he's just looking with my eyebrows.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with them per se. I think the kind of world we live in right now, it depends on a lot of different factors. So like a lot of men nowadays are starting to understand that women don't like to be approached by them due to the toxic masculinity of the past that is still a little bit present.
And some men don't want you wearing like a lot of makeup or
Exactly.
constantly dressing up. Well, I see her. She's always dressing up. They're gonna see it as you're more. What's the word I'm looking for?
Uppity.
Yeah, more uppity, more needy, and you gotta be pampered more. And a lot of men don't want that.
Yeah.
Like I know, like my husband, he doesn't want. I dress up every once in a while. I do my makeup every once in a while.
Yeah.
I don't do it every day. I don't have energy or time for that. And I think they feel like, okay, well, if she's got time to do all that, she's not gonna have time for me.
Okay. And that could be like the kind of vibe of where she lives.
Yep.
Because where you live is going to have a huge factor in your your rating of attractiveness.
I wish she had a picture up so we could see what she looks like.
Me too.
Because that would definitely like help us out a little bit more. To where we could say, okay, maybe you don't need to wear this much eyeliner. You don't need to wear that color eyeshadow.
Yeah.
Like, or maybe she's wearing an outfit that's not complementing her makeup.
It could be that too. I think a lot of it could be just environmental, to be quite honest. And I think this because, like, going to high school where we went to high school, going there, like, for me, I never felt, like, attractive at all. Like, I always just kind of felt like no guys ever noticed me. And I think because at that kind of school, the demographic that is seen as appealing is typically like the cute blonde girl. And I wasn't that. And so I think that's why I say a lot of it has to do with maybe your environment. Maybe your environment, unofficial law of attractiveness isn't you. And that's not to say you're not pretty. But like you were saying, some men, they don't want a girl who's all dressed up. Well, what if you're out in an area like where you live out here in the countryside where those kind of men actually don't want that?
Yeah.
Then it's all about environment. It's not that you're not pretty, that you're not trying hard enough. It's just your environment doesn't want that. And that's not to say to change it. I don't think you should. If it makes you happy, don't change it. But just take in consideration, like, okay, it's my environment, and maybe put yourself into those environments where maybe someone will approach you.
Yeah.
Where that is more normalized, per se.
Like go into the city and go shopping or something.
Exactly.
And like she doesn't give much backstory and like where she's from, stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to
make a judgment call.
Yeah. But I don't think she's doing anything wrong.
Not at all. No. All right. So for our second question, it's about losing their virginity. So it says, I'm female, 21. What are some precautions I should take while having sex for the first time? And how should I approach for it? That's a bad wordage of the last portion of the question. Yeah. But that's okay. So
more so prepared for it, I guess she's meaning.
Yeah, I think so. Do we have to give a sex talk on our podcast?
I mean, that's where we were going apparently with this. Make sure you have a condom
Yes.
because you're not guaranteed that the man's gonna bring it.
Exactly.
I've been in that position. They
Been
think
there
they're just
too.
gonna do it and not use one.
Yeah.
And if you want them to use one, that's your option.
Yeah.
If you don't, that's your option too. But if you want it and they refuse, then I would just refuse to do it at all. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't personally.
Mm-mm.
That's just me because nowadays, well, not even just nowadays, but in general, you just don't really know what people have going on. And
Yeah.
why risk it? Just use protection.
Yeah,
Always,
you don't need to
always.
either catch something. Know who you're sleeping with. I mean, I'm kind of concerned she's about to lose her virginity. Like, is she with a boyfriend?
Yeah.
Is it, somebody she knows?
Mm-hmm.
Does she know, like, his medical history? Does he have, an STD or anything like that she could catch?
Yeah.
Wrap it.
Wrap it up. And also, and this isn't just for, like, losing your virginity, but just for sex in general, have it on your terms. Always. Always have it on your terms. So, like you were saying, bring your own condoms because sometimes they don't bring it and they think they could get away with it. If that's something you don't want to happen and it happens to you, either come prepared yourself or be willing to walk away.
Or talk about it before you even do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some people get it's in the heat of the moment and it's there. I mean, I remember going to prom and Dad handing me a condom and saying, hey, just in case, you never know. And then when I came home, they wanted to make sure it was still in my purse. Like, why were you going to give it to me if you're pretty much telling me it's okay to do it?
Yeah.
But then you want to make sure it was in there when I came home.
That's fucked up.
It didn't make no sense.
I'm so glad they didn't do that with me.
Good
Like,
luck.
oh,
God.
thank God.
I was a test child.
Pretty much. That's what I'm realizing more and more. Because I'm like, that's not how my prom went. But thank goodness.
That wasn't even my prom. Actually, that wasn't even prom. That was
traumatizing.
the homecoming dance.
Homecoming? Damn.
My senior year.
Damn.
Because I went with Blair.
Girl, we keep getting... Oh, the guy who got you the bling bling?
No.
Oh.
That was Alan.
Oh, okay. There.
But anyways, neither here nor there. You just make sure you're prepared. Talk it over with them. Make sure it's something you both agree on. And you're on your terms, their terms. You both agree on it.
Yes.
And just
Absolutely.
be safe.
Be safe. For real. Like...
Don't do something you're going to regret.
Yes. And don't rely... Oh, and just because you're on birth control doesn't mean you can't get an STD.
Or get pregnant.
Always double down. Like, so a few weeks ago, I had some tea that I only sent to a select few of I call them my tea, like, Toastmasters, because they are my bestest friends who love gossip. But I sent it to a few of them. But basically the story was this man, that a friend of mine knew, he was completely comfortable sleeping with anyone who fucking breathed without a condom, despite already having kids that they don't take care of. And then they had, like, a pregnancy scare, and it wasn't enough to, like, get him to wrap it up. So it's like, you never know what people have going on. Just because you're on birth control doesn't mean you don't need to use a condom. You do, honey. Because that man was a hot mess. Like,
yeah,
hot fucking mess. Also, depending on the person, of course, there's other things that you could use to prepare yourself. So say if you're like a gay man, for example, I recommend being on PrEP, which is basically this medication that helps prevent the transmission of HIV and AIDS. I don't know the full details of it, but it really helps in that aspect. So also know, like, granted this is a female asking for advice, but in general with sex, like, if you're in that sort of demographic, not only use condoms, obviously, but also put yourself on some PrEP just to protect yourself, just in case, because condoms could still break at the end of the day.
And if it's your first time, make sure, well, anytime after sex, go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Pee.
Clean yourself up.
Well, I'm saying pee because it
Pee.
prevents infection.
Yes.
It flushes
Yes.
your system. So, go pee. Take a shower before and after.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody wants to smell you walking down the road later on during the day.
No, I remember people had stories. Oh, God. Mom, she told me a story about one of her coworkers where apparently they got jiggy with it, like, in the car before work. And then she went into her shift like normal without cleaning up. And she just kind of smelled the whole time. So definitely just take a shower after. You'll feel better yourself, and also pee after. In addition to that, before you even get to the moment, I guess you could say, ask your partner that you're going to lose your virginity to, or in general have sex with. Ask them when's the last time they got tested and what were the results of that. Because, like, I don't know what's going on with TikTok these days. People on TikTok are going crazy about body count. Body count doesn't matter.
No.
Your last STD test panel. That's what matters, baby. Yeah. So don't get all hung up on the body count. Ask them when's the last time you've been tested, what were the results of it, and depending on what they say with the results, how was it treated. Be thorough. Don't be afraid to be thorough, because your body is a temple and you need to treat it as such.
And don't be afraid to say no.
Don't be afraid to say no. Exactly.
If you feel uncomfortable, just be like, look, stop.
Yeah.
I'm done. And there's so many things on there online that I've seen that once a man starts and you say no after they've already started, that it don't matter. No, it does matter. It does. If you have to literally punch them in the face.
Punch them in the face, baby.
And take off, do it.
Mm-hmm.
We got your back.
We got you.
I mean, man or woman.
Yes.
It don't matter who you are. If you feel uncomfortable after starting and you say no and they refuse,
you need to beat their ass.
You damn right.
Beat their fucking ass.
Don't put up with that.
Not at all. Alright, so our next one is, it actually kind of talks about getting tested.
Yep.
Like we were just mentioning. It says, how can I tell my boyfriend to get tested? I keep getting on, oh gosh, the grammar in this is killing me, but I'll power through. I keep getting bacterial vaginosis every single time we have sex. They describe what it looks like, which I think I could spare y'all, which is unnecessary. Last time I went to the doctor for the situation, I got tested. It came out negative for everything. I really don't understand why every single time I have sex with them, I get this. I know I'm clean. I do not see anything bad around his private area or a bad smell. How should I tell him to get tested? Or what should I tell him? And how can I tell him this without him finding it disgusting? I think we said this on another episode, was just being direct.
Yeah.
You need to be direct with something like this. This is something I've actually never experienced, so I don't even know like how bad it is, but I imagine a name like that, bacterial vaginosis, that does not sound fun. That doesn't sound like a cute little something you could drink cranberry juice for.
No. I mean,
that sounds intense.
It's just I can't even say the word right now.
Inflammatory?
Yeah, inflammatory of the vagina.
Oh, okay.
So, pretty much, it could be a yeast infection. I mean, just because you're cleaning, and if they're not cleaning like they're supposed to,
yeah,
you can end up with a yeast infection.
Yeah. Okay.
Or a bacterial infection.
Yeah.
Clean. I mean, what part of... Stay clean. Wash yourself. Take a bath.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would just be like, look, you need to go get tested. If ain't got nothing to hide,
then it's not a problem to get tested.
And if you're having sex with your boyfriend, apparently y'all are closer than friends.
Yeah.
And if you can tell your best friend anything, I don't know about them, but I know me and my husband, even when we were dating, we were best friends.
Yeah.
I can tell him anything. He can tell me anything.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you be like, hey, I keep having this issue, can you go get tested?
Yeah.
I'm not sleeping with anybody So I need you to go get tested to make sure you don't have anything.
Mm-hmm.
And if he ain't got nothing to hide, he'll go get tested.
Yes.
You know, if he's not, out sleeping around.
Yeah.
Like some people I know out there in the world. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And you ain't got nothing to hide. Just go get tested.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously she's trying to figure out how to go about it because I think what it sounds to me is she's afraid he's gonna flip out.
That's what it sounds like to me too. And the fact that they said how can I tell them without them finding it disgusting? I hate when like women worry about this, but I also hate when men find stuff around the vagina so like quote unquote disgusting, yet y'all be up in that pussy all day long.
Exactly.
So it's not that fucking disgusting at the end of the day.
Apparently not. I mean,
y'all can't get enough of it.
Exactly.
So it's like I wouldn't worry about him finding it disgusting.
Look, you're down there, so it's either coming from you or me.
Yes.
You're the only one down there, so you need to go to the doctor. Mm-hmm. And if you are bringing something home, you need to kick rocks.
And it also could be something as simple as
hygiene, pH balance.
Yes. Exactly.
And if she's not, and it could, no offense, it could be her.
Could be.
Her pH balance could be off.
Yeah.
Because when they test for STDs and stuff, they don't check your pH balance.
Yeah, that's true.
You can check it by going to a pharmacy and getting the pH strips.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
Learned something new today.
Because Mom went and got them when she was pregnant to see if her water broke, because she could pee in it and test it and see if her water broke. It takes your pH balance.
Oh.
When your water breaks, it's higher.
Oh.
Yeah. I learned that when Mom was pregnant with Jake. But I'm like, it's cool because you can check that. Get a vaginal wash. I use vaginal wash.
I don't.
I do.
I personally don't.
But I'm out here with all the animals and I'm constantly sweating and it makes me feel better about things. Just be direct. Be blunt.
Be blunt.
Be like, hey, go get tested. Be done with it.
And it could be something as simple as like, so say the boyfriend doesn't have like a job where he gets really sweaty. It's just a regular job, so you accumulate a little sweat throughout the day. So when you get home, you jump his bones. Maybe like your downstairs area is just very sensitive.
Yeah.
And so maybe when he gets home, even from a job where he's not sweating a lot, but he's just doing a normal amount of sweat throughout the day, maybe he just needs to be like, hold on, babe, let me wash downstairs, regardless, because your downstairs is sensitive.
And it also could be something as stupid as something she's eating or drinking.
That's true. Diet has a huge role
anything
in that.
acidy, I know women can get infections from. Yeah. Like you drink too much acid stuff or too much stuff with there was something else in it and I can't think of what it is now. But I know acid's the main one. It can cause you to have an infection.
Yes. And just be direct to ask, because the way I see it too is if you ask and he does it, even if it comes back his panel is good, he's clean, that gives you more avenues to explore to figure out how to handle this. Yeah. You know, and treat it long term.
Yep.
At the end of the day.
And actually find out what it is, what's causing it.
Exactly. That way you could get the proper treatment you need instead of you going to the doctor like, I keep getting BV, what do I do? And the doctor keep telling you, get your man tested, and you don't. And then you go years dealing with BV when you could have been getting better specialized care because the doctor knows, okay, the man has been tested.
And if he cares enough for you, then he'll do it. Like,
yes.
He ain't gonna care. He'd be like, alright, I'll go get it done.
Let's go get it done.
Or just set him up an appointment like I do.
Surprise!
For him. Surprise! Surprise! You going to the doctor today? For what? Don't worry about it. Get in the car.
Get in the car. Just kidnap him?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I do to my husband all the time. I'm like, hey, you're going to go get your blood pressure checked. Get in the car.
I can't.
I do. I set up cardiology appointment and everything. I don't care. I'm like, you need to go get this done. You get that done. I'm like, we're going for a car ride. He goes, alright, get in the car. I'm like, surprise. Doctor's off. What am I going for now? Your physical. I don't need a physical. Yeah, you do. Come on.
Alright, so our next one, I would say you're going to be our queen for this question.
Yes.
It says, in your opinion, is 24 and 19... Whoa, I didn't know there was 19.
Well, it's still legal.
It is. we'll get into my opinion of that
Yeah.
later. But in your opinion, is 24 or 19 too large of an age gap for a relationship? So that's like what, roughly 5 years, four and a half. Um, I've been talking to a guy lately. I didn't learn until we had been talking for a while that he is 19. I am 24. He seems to be incredibly mature for 19. I am certain he was my age. The structure of this is killing me. Okay. I was almost certain he was my age, and he really is amazing. He's sweet, communicative, funny, and we really click in every aspect. I'm just a bit nervous about the age gap and was hoping for some advice on it, if I should continue with this or not.
Okay. What's your opinion? That you was gonna spit out.
So 4 to 5 year age gap. I don't think really age gaps matter too much. However, I did not realize a 19-year-old was involved. I have a policy where if you are not 21, you are not like
An adult.
an adult. And especially, if you're the older one, like in this situation with a 24-year-old. So, yes, is it legal? Sure. But it's not about the legal side of things, it's about the developmental side of things. And you did say he does seem very mature for his age, which is great. Don't get me wrong, that's amazing. But I'm kind of against it because
You're over 21 and that one's not.
and that one's not, and they don't want, they're about to hit that life experience that you're in right now, where you're trying to explore both yourself as a person and how you interact with this world, and then they still have to explore themselves. And so it just doesn't seem like it's appropriate because you're at a different exploratory stage per se.
I agree with you there, just for the fact that they are a lot younger and they haven't even really. They pretty much just graduated high school.
Yes.
I mean, if you hit it off and it works, it works. I look at it as age is just a number.
Yeah.
And I can say that because me and my husband, our age gap is 22 years.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be 33 this year and he's going to be 55.
Mm-hmm.
But we hit it off and we're best of friends.
Yes.
So.
And but you also met in your, what, mid to late 20s?
Mm-hmm.
So
I was 20.
different.
I was 24
Yeah.
when we met. I was going to be 25 that year.
Mm-hmm.
And I had just had a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was currently separated for a couple months from my ex and was getting divorced.
Okay.
But when I first met him, we were actually at the mall, and I kept running into him. And my son had dropped this bottle, and he picked it up and handed it to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, we're a stranger, but okay,
Mm-hmm.
I kept going on my day. But I kept running into him, and I was like, okay, I think you're stalking me. And he's like, no, I think you're stalking me. And we'd always end up, like, between Bass Pro Shop, the Boot Barn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was all, like, country or, like, hunting and fishing stores that we ended up in.
Okay.
So it was, like, the same type of thing we liked.
Okay.
He offered to take me to eat in the food court because we were at the mall. And we went out to eat, and he gave me his number, and he didn't ask for mine.
Mm-hmm.
I offered to give him, he said, no, don't worry about it. It was a respectful thing.
Yeah.
He was very nice, and I did call him a few days later. And here we are, 8 years later. But age, it's not really a big thing. I mean, although it has been a trend apparently on TikTok and the internet that, if you have a dad bod and a beard, I'll ride that. Okay, cool. Like, I was doing it, and it was a big ordeal because I was 24.
Yeah.
And he was 46.
But now it's trendy and cool.
Yeah, now it's trendy and cool. And I'm like, okay, well, I was trendy and cool before it was trendy and cool.
Hey, get it, girl.
But I didn't flaunt it.
Yeah.
So technically, I'm the founder of this.
You're the founder.
I'm the founder of it.
Okay.
But no, it's not. I mean, for them, it might be, just for the fact that he just literally graduated high school.
Yes.
And
that's my only beef with it.
She's, in college or done with college or whatever.
Yeah.
And it could be that he is mature enough to be with somebody that age and, works hard and pays his bills and, doesn't want the party life or anything like that and wants to settle down with somebody.
Yeah.
Because that was me at 19.
Oh. Okay.
I married a
That's
Marine.
true. That's
So it was kind of just, he had a kid from a previous marriage. And I was a stay-at-home mom at 19 years old.
Yeah.
I didn't do the whole party life.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I partied my ass off.
Parties for both of us, because I don't, like, even now, everybody laughs. Like, I'm like, we're going to bed. They're like, you married somebody old, that's why you're going to bed early. I'm like, no, I'm going to bed early because I have a lot of responsibilities to do.
Exactly.
I get up at 5 in the morning and I go until 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Well, 8, 9 o'clock.
And
So,
I'll admit, like, age gaps, they used to, it did used to bother me in the past. I'll admit it.
because you always think perv.
Yes.
Because you always think age gap, men older, women younger.
Yes.
And then they were like, oh, they're old pervs.
But
And
then,
I used to think the same thing. And
you
my
done married one.
Yep, I done married one.
But after getting to know Tim, like, that's when I stopped, like, thinking in that way that, like, age gaps matter. Because at first, before I knew Tim, I was just like, I was like, shaking my
He's
head.
2 years younger than our father.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with that said, find somebody like him. He said, I didn't mean age. I said, well, it was kind of just there.
I didn't mean to be alive for all the same presidents.
Exactly.
But then after I got to know Tim, the way that he talks about you is just in such a very, like, loving, honest, like, the amount of love that pours out of him in one little conversation, I was like, okay, age gap doesn't matter because this man is head over heels. Like, he is head over heels for you.
But he can be an asshole if he needs to be.
I mean,
the old man part does come out in him. He does, like old men get grumpy when they're in pain.
It's like, okay.
And they take it out and they don't mean to.
Yeah.
Yes, there are downfalls to dating somebody or being married to somebody older.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you have to eventually help them medically, physically, mentally. You just got to be there for them.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, it's been rough.
Yeah.
The last few years with back surgeries and shoulder surgeries and having to be there and, physically wait on him hand and foot when he physically can't get up.
Yeah.
It does take a toll on you.
But I think that's something you weigh before you get to the altar. Is, okay, these are things I have to take into
I didn't even think about that.
You didn't?
Nope.
Okay, I'm shaming you for that. I'm not shaming you for being with him, but I'm shaming you for not thinking.
Well, I love him, so I'd do anything for him. So it didn't really, like, I didn't even have to think about it. Like,
okay.
am I going to be able to do this? Or, you know what, I love him, so no matter what, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
No matter what came at us, it's going to be me and him.
See, you're going to save yourself. Now I'm not judging no more.
Just being honest. I mean, you don't think about stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then you got, also remember, you've got parents or people that will judge you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're older. He's got kids your age. Yeah. He has kids my age. He's got a daughter a year older than me. He's got a son 2 years younger than me.
Yeah.
He's then got 2 other kids that are 18 and 19. And I am 34. Well, no, I'm 32. Why am I saying 34? I'm trying to make myself older.
I don't know. I thought
it is 2020. It is 2023, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, I turned 33 in November. So
Do you got Alzheimer's already?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yes. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. I think it's contagious from my husband.
It from your husband?
Yes. But when we first got together, did people approve of it? Absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
And to this day, there's still some people that don't approve of it. And guess what? I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that tattooed on me somewhere. I don't care.
I don't care.
Because I say that every episode.
You should get it tattooed on your middle finger so when you flip people off, it says
I don't care.
Yeah.
That ain't a bad idea. You're right.
If I wasn't against getting a hand tattoo for myself, I would get it with you. But I don't know. I don't want to get a hand tattoo. That's just me.
Okay.
Sorry.
But
But no, age
There-
gaps, as long as there's love, respect,
Yes.
communication, like any relationship,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think age gaps
But
actually
see, you
matter.
gotta remember, though, with age gap, though, you have, when they get older, they, like, kind of, especially if you've been, like, in relationship after relationship, and been treated like crap for years, you literally shut down when you get into a fight or an argument.
Oh.
And I had to literally, so to say, retrain him to be like, you need to talk to me.
Yes.
Because I'm to the point that I'm like, if you don't talk to me, I'm going to punch you in the face.
Okay.
Because I hate being ignored. Like, you want to fight, you're old enough, you're man enough to fight with me about it, argue about something, but you're not man enough to communicate later on.
And because he had more, like, dating experience,
Yep.
that's how he got to that kind of...
He just assumed, okay, well, we got into an argument,
Yeah.
she's just going to pack her stuff and leave. No, sorry, you're not getting rid of me that easy.
No, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't got the energy to move again. I will die in this house. Like, I am not moving again. Like, especially 2 kids now.
Fuck that.
That ain't worth my time.
No. It's like you're in for the long haul at this point.
I'm gonna keep all his money and make his life a living hell. He ain't going nowhere, neither am I. So you might as well suck it up and talk. But you just gotta realize there's gonna be differences in age gaps.
Yeah.
Like, you've got, like, his mentality is like, as a father figure, so to say, like with his kids. And it took him a while. Like, yes, he loves me as his wife, but it took him a while to look at me. He always looked at me as his wife.
Yeah.
But me being younger and less, not so to say educated, but wise, I would say.
Okay, yeah.
Like, he knows a lot more and has been through a lot more than I have.
Yes.
So he's always like, this is how we're going to do things. This is what's going to... And I'm looking at him going, okay, you're talking to me like a child. And he's like, well, I don't mean to. He goes, but I've been through this already, and you haven't, so I'm just explaining to you this is what we're going to do.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, well, we have to pick a different tone. Because your tone, I said, you're talking to me almost like I feel like a child.
Yes.
And he's learned that, it's different when he talks to me. Like, I can't stand him calling me by my first name. I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. I feel weird. I guess because, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like he's mad at me. Because he always has called me babe or baby.
Oh, okay.
Or he'll go darling or sweetheart or something. And then he'll go Lynn. And I'm like,
That's fair.
who the hell are you talking to?
The only time I hear him say, like, your name, even when he's talking about you, and if you're not around, is when he's just trying, like, as a moniker to be like, we're talking about Lynn.
Yeah.
But a lot of times he'd be like, he'll even say babe when he's like talking about you. He'd be like, my babe, my girl, my woman, my wife,
my old lady.
He won't actually really say Lynn a whole lot.
No,
in those
and I'll
situations.
look at him and I'm like the last couple of weeks he's like, hey Lynn, and I'm like, who are you talking to? I said, are we gonna fight? And he's like, no. I'm like, okay, just making sure. He goes, my bad, babe. Or he'll say, hey Lynn, babe, can you? And I'm like, yeah, I thought so. But age gap is not a big ordeal.
No.
And if somebody don't like it,
Fuck him.
tell them kick rocks.
Fuck him. I
Well,
tell
I wouldn't
people.
physically fuck them, but
Oh no. You know what I mean.
kick rocks, like go on somewhere. I mean,
sh-
my in-laws had an issue with it at first because I was so much younger,
Yeah.
and they've come around to it.
Yeah.
His daughter was the same way. She was mad. Well, Daddy, you're dating somebody, you're younger than me. What's it's weird. Well, I'm sorry, but now me and her are freaking frack. Like,
Yeah.
if you see one, you see both. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we always trying to get in some type of trouble together.
Pretty much.
Like, Tim's like, who am I bailing out today? Like, we're going to town. He's like, who am I going to have to bail out? I don't know. Whoever doesn't come home.
Whoever doesn't come home.
That's who you're bailing out.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, yeah.
Just make sure you guys have communication. And just remember, till death do us part.
Yeah.
Sickness and in health.
Mm-hmm.
Because there will come the sickness.
Yes.
And there will come bad times. Like, he's already getting forgetful, and Alzheimer's does run in his family really bad.
Oh, fuck.
So, I'm sure I'm going to have to deal with that eventually, but
Yeah.
I'll deal with it.
I figure, cross that bridge when you get there. It's good to get maybe a little bit educated on those things leading up, but don't throw your entire being into being educated on it. Just cross that bridge when you get there.
Exactly.
But that's just a part of life, because eventually, whether there's a big age gap or not, you're gonna have to deal with that in a relationship.
I'm just glad that, I'm going to be younger and dealing with it than trying to be his age and having my own health issues and my own physical disability issues by that time.
Yeah.
That I'm not going to have to, struggle with myself, and I can focus on getting, him the help he needs and be there for him when he needs it.
Yeah.
And my kids are just going to have to be stuck taking care of me. Sorry. They will. So, is what it is, but at least I get to be the one grandparent that'll still be around when the grandkids are
That's true.
having kids. I'm the young one out of everybody, so.
That is true. Oh, my goodness. It's crazy.
It is.
There's some days where I still can't believe it, but then I'm like, you know what? He is such a good man. And honestly, like, I don't even know where you found him. He really is such a great guy. Like,
at a mall.
Yes, and he's just so, I love how real he is. He's humble. He is unlike any other person.
He used to be mean. Like, I've had people from work tell me he used to be mean. Like, mean.
Wow.
And the one guy, he was on the phone, and he was talking to me. He was talking to Tim at work, and Tim was on the phone with me.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, look, Miss Lynn, you done changed that man. You changed him. He said he used to come to work and he used to be so mean that people wouldn't even ask him a question.
Yeah.
They would be afraid to walk up to him because they were afraid they were going to make him mad.
Dang.
He said, you've changed that man so much.
Wow. You softened his little hard heart.
The Grinch. That's why I always refer to, like, the whole Christmas spirit thing.
Yeah.
You got Cindy Lou Who and the Grinch.
Yeah.
That's me and Tim. Cindy Lou Who and the Grinch.
Oh my.
He is the Grinch.
There you go.
And he does the Grinch's voice. It's crazy. Just like, oh yeah.
Why?
Where the whole part that I'm feeling and starts to cry. Yes, that's him.
I just thought of this while we were sitting here. One way we could kind of roll up this episode, it's a shorty but a goodie, is Pride is around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And we could kind of like touch base with some maybe like advice on Pride romance.
Yes.
Like, I'm trying to think of some. The one I could think of off the top of my head is just like really going there, but so I don't know if I should say it or not.
Just go there.
I'll just go there. Okay. So this is based off of my experience with just helping people with their relationships when they ask for advice. Don't buy a U-Haul right away. Take it slow. Take it easy. I'm looking at you, lesbians and bisexual women. If you got a vagina and you're on the LGBT spectrum, you know you're fast. Don't act like you're not. Because I've been talking to all of y'all all day, listen to all your problems all the fucking time. Y'all be driving me up a wall, and I be telling you, stop fucking doing that. You fucking do it anyway. And the next week you're with another girl, and she's the love of your life. Put that U-Haul away. Pride is right around the corner, and I know it's a good time to see what's going on in your neighborhood, but window shop. And this goes to you fellas too, because some of you fellas are fast, but y'all are quiet about it. That's the difference between y'all.
That's why I use an F-250, not a U-Haul.
So, put the U-Haul back, take your time, get to see what's in your community, add some people on Snapchat, and have fun this upcoming Pride, but take it slow for the love of fucking God, because I can't listen to another lesbian tell me about how she was in love with their life last week and now she's in love with their life again. I can't.
I know.
I can't.
I know. I go to the one little store I love around me, and oh my gosh, if I don't walk into the same girl, she's with this one, and then she's with this girl, and she's with that girl, and I'm just like, hold up, wait a minute, I thought you were with so-and-so. Well, I was 2 weeks ago, but she decided she wanted to be with a man. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Like, awesome.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. Slow down.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of moved fast. I mean, me and Tim were together like a month.
Jesus Christ, Lynn.
I mean,
You fucking kidding?
when we got
A
together,
month?
July 14th is when we started dating, and I moved in
I'm sitting
August
here
19th.
giving this advice to a U-Haul bag.
I'm just.
And here
Well,
I am
I said
sitting
I
in
didn't use a U-Haul. I used an F-250. I mean, it's different.
Oh my god.
You got all these city girls out there using U-Hauls, and you got these country girls using trucks, okay? We were smart about it.
Oh gosh. But also going into this Pride season, one thing I always give advice to like everyone that is looking for romance, regardless if it's Pride romance or just regular, the regular degular hetero shit, is be your authentic self.
Yeah.
There's that saying, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. If you be your more authentic self and you present yourself like out there with not having the goal in mind that you are trying to find someone, you are more likely to find someone that will be in it for the long haul, because they get to see the authentic side of you because you're not trying so hard. And you can end up really finding, like, I think you can end up finding the love of your life that way.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
just not even trying, just putting yourself out there, but don't try.
Yeah.
Let it come to you. And
I mean, that's what I did.
that's what I did.
I just
on
went
accident.
shopping. I was taking KJ to find a new pair of boots, and he was only a few months old.
Exactly. But because he got to see how you act naturally in that environment,
Yep.
that's what led to
And
him
don't
giving
fake
you the
it,
number.
because it will come out.
It will.
They'll see it eventually. Yeah, they'll see it eventually. And
They'll be buying that U-Haul again.
yep. That's a lot of money, man.
It is. U-Haul's expensive, and if you don't fill up the tank to where they had it at when they gave it to you, they charge you a shit ton.
Oh, yeah. They charge you the highest gas prices around. They'll find
Yes.
a buddy of
do.
mine used to work for U-Haul, and he even said when they didn't they brought the truck back and it wasn't full where it needed to be, they'd Google the gas prices around them and find the highest gas price around them and charge you that.
Yeah, I believe it. Yeah.
Even though it only took them like $3.19 a gallon, they'll still charge you to $3.40 a gallon. Because that's what they found online, and that's what they're going to charge you.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
Just so they get extra money in their pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just be you. Be genuine. Don't try. That's how I got my husband. I didn't even try with him because I was planning to join the military, and I didn't think I'd ever see him again. And then finally one day I was like, yo, I want a prom date. Can you be my prom date? It was very, very platonic. It was very, like, casual. And now here we are. We've been married for almost 10 years next year. And we have a kid and 2 cats. And I wasn't trying.
So we've been married, it'll be 7 years this year. We've been together 8.
See? Don't try.
No, don't.
Be your
And if you look a
authentic
mess,
self.
look a mess. Like,
Yes. That's sometimes even better.
yeah. Because, like, I didn't do my makeup that day I went to the mall. Because KJ was only, like, 4 or 5 months old. I was just wore out, and I was like, let's go find you a pair of shoes, let's go walk the mall, because I had put on some weight from being pregnant, and I didn't have my hair done. I think I had it up in a bun.
Yeah.
No, I had it down because it was real short at the time.
Yeah.
And I didn't do my makeup.
Me neither.
I didn't care.
I didn't really do my makeup either because, me and my husband, we met because we had the same military recruiter at the same military recruiting office. And so we would see each other when we had to go in for, like, the monthly and sometimes, like, weekly check-ins, to do, like, physical fitness shit. Basically, they're trying to, like, get us ready for the military. So yeah, no makeup. I wore basketball shorts, like, from Monroe Middle School.
You were tomboy.
Well, we're working out.
I know, but you normally did look tomboyish.
That's true. Yeah, I was basically
You weren't
dressed like a
like
little
girly.
boy. No, not at all. But no, I didn't wear makeup. I wore basketball shorts, a shitty, most of the time ripped T-shirt because we were gonna go work out. Like, I was not looking cute. My hair was not done. Like,
So I used to come stay the weekends. Like, after we met, I'd come up and stay the weekend because he was off on Saturdays and Sundays. I'd pick him up from work on Friday evening and bring him home because he worked down there by where I was living.
yeah.
So I'd bring him home, and I'd just stay the weekend, and he had to be back to work Monday afternoon at like 2 o'clock,
Oh,
3
shit.
o'clock.
Yeah.
So I'd just stay from Friday to Monday, and I'd take him back to work Monday afternoon.
Oh, nice.
Because he used to carpool with one of his buddies, and he would drive on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and his buddy would drive Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh, okay.
So they would carpool. So Mondays and Fridays, he rode with somebody
Yeah.
that lives up here and drove 2 hours to Charlotte. So I'm like, well, heck, I'm going down there. You can just ride with me.
There you go.
It worked out.
But, alright. That's all we have for this episode today. We hope you guys enjoyed it, and my words are just fucking bullshit right now. Oh, God. But, that's all we have for this episode today. We hope you guys have fun out there. Please be fucking safe, for the love of God.
Don't drink and drive.
Oh, Lord.
Or smoke and drive.
Don't drink and drive. Don't smoke and drive. Don't ride without a condom. Wink, wink.
Yes.
Don't be riding dirty. Get tested.
We need to make that decal for the podcast. Don't be riding dirty, and put a condom next to it.
Let's do it.
With a smiley face.
Yes. Oh, God.
Yes.
You guys will be the first to know when we have that ready.
Yes.
But until next time,
Remember, y'all, don't burn your cookies.